Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to FKA the Pod. It's your host Trent this week. I'm joined by Seth currently and Reed in who knows how long, maybe a few minutes. Um, Reed got stuff going on. He told us we could start without him, so we're doing that. We're seeing how
Yeah.
it works. Um, but first order of business, top of the pod to you. Top of the pod to
Top of
you.
the pot. I
Uh,
like that.
It's we've got drinks. I'll go ahead and start us out. I've got a giant cup of Milo's sweet tea and a Galette's cup from the bar in Tuscaloosa. That's it. I'm going no
Wow.
alcohol this week because I didn't want to go to the store.
Yeah,
So
good for you, dude. I've as per usual got the Rhinestone Memorial Fireball Cinnamon Whiskey shot out of the Christmas coffee mug, as you can
nice,
see here,
nice.
and I'm probably finishing up this La Marsa Prosecco as well, which is not as sparkling as it was last week when I opened it up, but still tastes pretty good. And before Reed hops on, I don't know when he will, but the reason that he's not on the pod at the moment is that he is finishing dinner, according to his text message. So I did want
Right.
to do a quick poll between the two of us. What do you think he's eating? Right? Is it something
Yeah.
homemade? Is it something he ordered in or picked up? Is it something difficult to eat or something that takes a long time to eat? What are you thinking here?
Right. Dude, I'm feeling. I don't. Reed's kind of. He's a hard nut to crack. I think when it comes to dinner. Um, because he can be a little bit of like a health nut sometimes, I feel like, when he's on his grind, when he's trying to get those gains.
Sure.
So I'm tempted to say something simple and healthy like grilled chicken or like baked chicken and broccoli or something like that. I think that's what I'm going to stick with. I think it's not going to be something super fancy, but I think he's making it at home. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe he's influenced too by his recent trip to Japan. I feel like when you say the word simple, right? I mean, I think they've got there are a couple flavors to Japan, I believe, right? You've got your,
He's making he's making
neon.
onigiri.
Yeah, he could be doing something like that. But, you could also just have like, three ingredients, right? We got rice, we got seaweed and whatever, raw fish or whatever. So I think that's a good guess, but I'm going to go the opposite, Trent, because I also know that Reed is a multifaceted human being. You say he could be on his grind, but he could also be touching back on his McReed days. And so I'm gonna say he got the Minecraft movie meal from McDonald's that he's
Let's
eating
go.
right now.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I hope he did that. I want to see what little toy you got. Have you seen the little Minecraft Grimace?
Yeah, that's the only one I've seen is the grimace.
It's the
But yeah,
coolest one.
so there's six different, I guess, Minecraft movie toys. And I didn't know we were going to be talking about the Minecraft movie multiple times on this podcast, but yeah, they've got a meal at McDonald's, and I heard a podcast advertisement for it today. Um which, is
Okay,
just
all
kind of
right.
top of mind because it was like, you know, go check out the Minecraft movie meal at McDonald's that I heard when I was listening to my daily podcasts.
So I was kind of confused by that. Is that a kid's meal or is it for adults? Because you know how they did like the adult Happy Meals for a bit?
Yeah. Um
I don't.
I don't
Is it
know.
like 10 McNuggets or a Big Mac or something? Or is it like a shitty little kid's cheeseburger?
It's a happy meal. It's a
Okay.
happy meal. Um and you can get, let's see what the critters are. Uh I can't find a good thing with the collectibles is what they're calling them. But yeah, there's definitely a grimace. It appears that there is also a Hamburglar, but Hamburglar is a zombie, a Minecraft zombie,
Okay.
which I like.
Okay.
You could also get a creeper, a
Yeah.
pink sheep, or I don't know who this. What's the chicken lady? Does she have a name? I'm sure she does.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know her name.
Or you can get a Minecraft Bumblebee. That's the other one.
That's kind of cool. I feel like those are pretty new in Minecraft, like
Right?
a couple years or something. Yeah.
They didn't have those back when
I
I
don't
was
know,
playing
man.
this game. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. But I guess also speaking of Minecraft, this past week was my nephew's ninth birthday. Um, and for his birthday, I sent him my Switch and a few of my games. I haven't been using it too much, so I was like, you know what, this is perfect. He's been wanting a Switch, so I'll give it to him. So I sent him like Mario Kart, um, Minecraft, and a couple other games, a Kirby game, I think. And he was like, I was like, he's gonna be so excited. He's gonna love playing that Mario Kart and like the Kirby game. I knew he was a Minecraft guy, but I was like, he can play that on his computer or whatever he wants
Yeah.
to play it on, right? Um, as soon as he gets it, my sister sends me a photo of him playing Minecraft, and I was like, no, no, please play anything
Yeah.
else.
That's
Ugh.
funny, dude.
I bought that
Well,
game, played it for like 2 hours, and I was like, this isn't it. Sorry, I'm too
you know,
old.
yeah, I mean, I in my life, I've probably played Minecraft the game more than any other video game. Uh, I no longer am like, interested in playing it, but I guess where other, middle schoolers were watching, you know, uh, I don't know the word I'm looking for, misogynistic men on YouTube, right? I was watching
Yeah,
like people play Minecraft and stuff like in middle school. So I don't know if
yeah,
that explains a
yeah.
little bit about my trajectory in life. But yeah, I watched a lot of Minecraft, YouTube videos when I was in middle school, played a lot of Minecraft and stuff. So I do, and I was just talking to my girlfriend Jill about this the other day too. Like, I wish I could go back because me and my sister, Tess, shout out to her, like she also wanted to play Minecraft. She's like 6 or 7 years younger than me. And she didn't have like her own account or whatever, but she would like try to play on my account. And so, we would both play alternatively on the family computer. And like if I could go back and access like the first Minecraft world that like we had together, that would be like
Yeah.
really cool cuz I mean, it was much different too. Like all the stuff looked different, and like you said, they didn't have bumblebees. It was just, skeletons and zombies and cows and stuff. But like that would be pretty sick to go back and like look at that because unlike most video games, I guess, where you're just kind of playing through a story or whatever, it's like, I mean, you have a part in creating the world that you live in. So it's like, it would be cool to see like what I was doing when I was like 14,
Yeah.
and the way that I built
Yeah.
stuff and how it probably didn't look very good or work very well. Uh, but yeah, it would be cool to go back. It's lost to time forever, though, unfortunately.
Dude, I remember um I didn't play Minecraft until I was an adult, and by that time, like I said, I felt like I was too old for it. It wasn't
Yeah,
my thing. But I did watch a few YouTube videos as a teen.
yeah.
Um, but I also was introduced, I think, by my brother-in-law to like this version of Minecraft. I don't know if it was exactly Minecraft, but it was like a phone app Minecraft that I think was only like 2D, right? So you could only go like left and right and the screen would pan. So it was kind of like Terraria, but it looked like Minecraft.
Mm.
And I remember that being a lot of fun. That was pretty sweet on like my second phone. I don't know what it was. It was the R2D2 Motorola or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It
Well, the
was pretty
thing,
fun. Cool.
yeah. I mean, today they're just playing Fortnite, and you can play Guitar Hero and Mario Kart inside of Fortnite. They have like every game in Fortnite, and Fortnite, I guess, has a little bit of you build stuff too, but not like you build stuff to shoot
Yeah.
people off of and stuff like that. But yeah, back in the day too, you didn't. I think they made it easier where you could just like within the game know how to craft something, but back in the day you would have to look it up. And so I think a lot of the YouTube videos were kind of tailored to that. Like, hey, look, I'm going to teach you how to build this stuff, but also like, come back and watch me build this sick castle or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't
Um
know. Interesting.
that's kind of brings up a good question that I'm curious to hear your answer to. You mentioned in middle school you were watching uh, Minecraft YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I think my earliest YouTube forays were all like video games as well, but it was like Happy Wheels. I watched a lot of Happy Wheels videos. I
Yeah, I
watched a
watched
lot
some
of
Happy Wheels videos too. That's
PewDiePie
funny.
playing Happy Wheels back in the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
So that was kind of my. Besides going on there and being like, "Hey, I heard of this one viral video. Let's see if we can find it. It's called
Yeah.
like Keyboard Cat or something like that."
Uh-huh.
Besides that, it was like Happy Wheels videos.
Yeah. I mean, I would do like watch Smosh or whatever. I don't know if that was exactly the same time frame, but I watched some people who played like Call of Duty too. So this was more like I think my brother, who's a couple years older than me, like he, played Call of Duty before like I was allowed to play Call of Duty and stuff like that. But I thought it was cool, and if I didn't have the game, at least I could watch this on like the family computer or whatever. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
so I watched a couple people do that. But yeah, most of like I watched Rhett and Link a long time ago. They're like probably more
man,
popular now than they used to be, but like
yeah,
I watched that, and I used to watch the Vlog Brothers, uh,
yeah.
John
That's
and
John
what's the
and
other guy,
Hank.
Hank. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and they're still out there
That's
doing
funny,
stuff,
dude.
as far as I know.
That's crazy. So John Green, was he
Yeah.
a vlog brother or an author first?
Uh, I don't know.
Tough question, right?
I think that when I was watching their stuff, like he had written some of his
Like a
more
fault,
popular stuff
the
already.
Fault in Our
Yeah,
Stars or something. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I think.
Interesting.
But they were
Okay.
really all over the place because then they started like making stuff to help you in your high school A push class or whatever, like
Yeah,
crash course stuff and stuff like that. So
yeah. Damn, they're cool guys.
yeah, and I think there were just fewer people doing it. So like today, I mean, I don't know if there's any like if 10 years from now people on their podcast would be able to look back, and I just think there's so many people on YouTube. I don't know, but I guess they would. It would just be like the big streamers or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But YouTube was
I,
important to me. I didn't really watch TV. I watched YouTube videos
yeah.
back in
Damn.
the day.
That's pretty nuts, man. I think that's unusual in that time. You know,
Yeah.
to spend a lot of time on YouTube. Yeah, I remember going over to my cousin's house and they'd be like, "Dude, check out these. We're gonna look up like epic skateboard crashes on YouTube." And they would sit me down and force me to watch these like crazy skateboard wrecks. It bothered me, but I guess it was
So funny.
probably formative.
Skateboard crashes.
Yeah,
Oh
it was
man,
tough. It was tough, dude.
that is
Back
funny.
before YouTube had guidelines, I think. So,
Yeah, that those things are banned now. You probably can't watch
yeah.
those, but I mean, there's still like sometimes if you go to like a bowling alley or even like a bar, sometimes they play like Chive TV, which is just like
Yeah.
a compilation of videos. And like there used to be America's Funniest Home Videos, which like it might still exist, which again was just like a compilation of a bunch of funny videos.
And now we just
Um,
have five.
yeah, that's what I just said.
That's what we were talking about, man. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's Reed.
What up? First order of
Reed,
business. I got a crush.
who's it
Nice.
on?
Nice, dude.
Zero.
Ah,
It's always
I thought you were gonna
always
say
always on zero.
Katy Perry in her astronaut suit.
Yeah, I totally missed that. I totally missed that she went to space.
Well, kinda. She
Yeah.
went to space.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. Was she on the
But
dick
we
rocket?
were talking about yeah,
Let's
She
yeah.
was.
let's
She was
go.
on the Blue Origin Express or whatever it's called. But Reed, we were talking about before you got on here, um, YouTube and how like it kind of was formative in us growing up, right? So we're wondering what you watched on YouTube, circa 2008,
What was it, like 2008
or maybe up to like 2012,
or like eight? Which
somewhere in
these
there.
guys say like equals three. Remember that guy, Ray Williams Johnson?
Oh, I loved Ray Williams Johnson.
uh, and like Ryan Higa, who
What was his
at a
thing?
time went on a
Oh,
different
yeah.
thing.
Doing Your Mom.
Yeah,
That
doing
was
your
Ray William
mom.
Johnson. That
He
was
had a
good
bunch
one.
of other like culturally or politically incorrect songs that he would like thing. He was very much of the time. There's the How to Be Ninja. Remember that one?
I don't know that one, man.
That's
I
like
don't.
that's the Ryan Higa guy, the Niga Higa guy, that guy.
He got
Yeah, right, right,
Oh,
right.
what else? What else did I? Oh,
Nice,
like
dude.
with like the Harry Potter Puppet Pals. That was like elementary school. People were telling me about Harry
Oh,
Potter Puppet Pals.
yeah.
classic.
What'd you guys say?
Yeah, that
What
was
were you guys
huge.
on?
I was saying one of my first instances in watching in like going to YouTube in search of a specific kind of content was gonna be Happy Wheels videos.
Mm,
I'm watching
that's
PewDiePie
middle
making
school
up his
shit.
little voices. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
remember Slenderman
yeah.
Slenderman.
There were lots of
Yeah.
and the
Slenderman videos on
Minecraft
there.
videos and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I watched a lot of Minecraft videos in my day.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
We started off talking about Minecraft. We're over it now, man.
Good, yeah.
Sorry.
I'm not even gonna
but
see the movie.
what did you eat for dinner, Reed?
Oh, I had
This is important to us.
rotini with turkey meatballs and garlic bread.
Fuck.
Okay.
Damn, dude, I almost said pasta. I almost said pasta.
Yeah, Trent thought it was going to be something simple and healthy, and I thought it was going to be the Minecraft meal from McDonald's.
with lava sauce.
Yeah, Steve's lava chicken.
Yeah, no, dude, I'm off the Minecraft movie. Too much. Apparently, it was like too much Jack Black. They tried to do what they do with the Sonic movies, where they say, "Hey, Jim Carrey, go crazy," but then it was like, "Hey, Jack Black, go crazy," and now we're gonna go
Yeah.
throw popcorn
Yeah.
around and bring a chicken in here.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
making.
I wrote that. I wrote that on our little podcast doc. I figured we could touch on chicken jockey and say that it is grotesque what they're doing to our movie theaters.
Yeah, facts. Silence your cocks in the movie.
Right, that's
So,
right, dude.
so there's a scene in it, just for the people who haven't,
Yeah, who don't
aren't aware of
habla
this.
Minecraft.
There's a chicken jockey is like when there's a little tiny baby zombie, which number one, kind of like a sad a baby zombie. That's kind of sad.
Well,
Let's
so
talk about.
Yeah.
is it a
Well,
zombie?
They're made by two adult zombies.
Yeah, that's what.
Okay,
That's what I was.
less sad. That's super
Yeah.
happy. Good
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah, I think you're
Yeah,
you're thinking of like a classical zombie where it was a human once and then became a zombie. I think these people are on the outset zombies. They
Okay.
come from zombie eggs.
Zombie eggs. Okay, well that's even more confusing.
Yep.
Zombie eggs.
hmm
But a chicken jockey is a baby zombie riding a chicken, right? And at
Yeah.
one point, Jason Momoa is in like a WWE wrestling ring with one of these things. Is that right?
I haven't seen it.
I don't know, man. We're
Okay.
out of touch.
Yeah, we're
And
out
then
of
Jack
time.
Black just says chicken jockey, and then everybody throws their popcorn in the theater.
Yeah, which is like it's really just making a mess.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like you're
Yeah.
going to like a Teen's Choice Award or Kids Choice Awards, and they're getting
They're
slime
sliming the
everywhere.
theater.
Or it's like Shamu, and he's splashing all the water around. Versus, but you're just getting popcorn oil because it's not butter,
No.
sunflower
But
oil.
if you're paying $25 or $24 for large popcorn, do you reserve the right to throw it all over the place or no?
No, that's what I'm gonna
You know?
eat it. What are you talking about? Yeah, that's why I bought it. I bought it to eat it. Like, I'm not gonna throw it around.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
that's me
Maybe
though.
that's why popcorn prices are so high at the theater though.
Mm.
Is because the theater is giving themselves insurance for when you throw your popcorn all over the
That's
place.
good.
Yeah, you get the free refill, right? If you get the large one, right? So
Yeah.
you get the you eat your popcorn
Yeah.
and then you go throw the half of it out, and then you can get your refill.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking,
yeah.
hear me out here. We're going to sell two different kinds of popcorn. We're going to sell edible popcorn, and then we're going to sell popcorn that we swept off the floor from the prior showing. And then we just resell that popcorn
For
so everybody can
throwing,
throw
yeah.
it. And then we put it in a different container and we can sell it to you for cheap. Because you're not going to eat this. But sometimes maybe you get confused
Popcorn
about...
off of people's hands.
Yeah, the non-potable popcorn.
But you could get confused about which... You get two buckets, so you get confused about which one is
Yeah,
the...
it's icky pop.
Icky Pop. Yeah, that's true. Man. So yeah, I haven't seen the Minecraft movie. I probably won't.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
Yeah, I don't plan on it. I'm sorry.
I did. I mean, it
Jack
is a
Black was
good time.
cool. Yeah, he was cool when he did School of Rock. He kind of stopped being cool pretty much after Kung Fu Panda.
Which one? Like the first one? Because
One
there's
of
like
them. I
there's
don't know.
4
I've
of
only
them.
seen.
Their new one came out
I
like
think I've
last
seen
year, I
like.
think.
Yeah, I think I've seen like maybe 1 and 2.
Yeah, I've
So
seen the first one.
that's where I'm
Shout
drawing
out
the
to
line.
Poe. I mean, it is a decent time to be a video game transmedia property, meaning like you went from a video game and you're now something else, like a TV show and or movie, such as
Yeah.
Minecraft. But 2 other ones that are in the zeitgeist right now, really popular on Netflix, is Devil May Cry. I watched that one. It's
Oh.
about a game called Devil May Cry, and it's like a demon hunter kind of thing. Um, it's like this Castlevania show. The animation looks real cool, but the dialogue's pretty bad. It's a good time. You know, like 8 episodes, 30 minutes each. And the funny part
Yeah.
is like the soundtrack is all the shit I was lifting to in high school. So it's like Limp Biscuit, like rolling, 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 rolling. And at one point they play Last
Okay.
Resort in there. So it's like interesting.
Uh,
It's very
Huh.
so I think that's a good time.
How's
Recommend it. Really popular on Netflix. Like 33 million people watched it or something.
Okay.
yeah,
So
that's
good
a lot. I
time.
was imagining you working out to like Imagine Dragons or something.
Radioactive. You
What do you
imagine
got?
dragging these barbells off the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
And
have
the
to
other
check
one,
it out, man. Devil May Cry. It sounds cool.
and then
I've seen the video game a little bit. Never played
yeah,
it though.
I played maybe for 5 minutes. I downloaded a demo or something. Yeah, it seemed like it was a lot. There's a lot going on. There's devils, and one of the characters' names is just Lady.
Lady.
Lady seems a little
The devils are crying too.
yeah, bitch ass devils. Suck it up. Bottle your emotions inside. Don't let them shits come out. You. But speaking of crying, The Last of Us season 2 Squid Games is like debuted, I think, this past weekend or is coming out soon.
It debuted.
It
It's
debuted.
the first episode has released.
Seth, are you watching that, or did you watch the other Last of Us? Did you watch Last of Us season 1?
I'm up to date on The Last of Us, indeed.
All right. What do you think so far? Squid Games.
Trent, have you watched it? You're nodding as well.
I watched like 4 episodes of the first season.
Okay. Okay.
I played the game.
Is it both of the games?
No, I mean I know what happens in the second one though.
Okay, well don't tell me. But word on the street is it might be different. So I think the first episode of the second season followed with the story of the video game, except there's some rumblings on the internet that it might be different somehow. So maybe
I think
foreshadowed.
from
some
what I
things
understand
differently.
in the second game, it's like a non-linear story to some degree. Like something
Sure.
happens and then you go back in time and you play the game as 2 different people, like 2 different
Okay.
like factions of people. I think did you meet the other person? Did you meet Abby yet?
Yeah, I think I did. I'm not sure that that's her name, but yeah, there's another girl who seems to be very important beyond the main girl. So
Yeah. So so the main them. What
yeah, well, the main girl in
the
the show.
in this
Yes.
yeah.
Good allyship there.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Shout out to Bella Ramsey, the actor portraying
Squid.
Ellie.
It is kind of like Squid Game season 2, where it's man. I really wish there was the third season was out right now. Like it's a kind of a build up season.
Yeah.
Is
Okay.
what so
I feel like
So-
that's
so-
how most season 2s are though.
Yeah.
Season
Well,
2s
yeah.
always feel like a letdown from season 1 and a build up for season 3, right?
yeah. That's why
There's 7 episodes as well. I don't know how many the first season was, but like I feel like they probably could have just added 3 episodes and maybe done the whole second game because they've already confirmed that there's going to be a third season. So yeah,
Yeah.
I don't feel that way because I haven't played the video game. I just hear rumblings of this stuff on the internet.
yeah. Don't look up Last of Us 2. Just don't
I
do it.
enjoyed I enjoyed the first episode and look forward to seeing more.
Man,
You know,
some more butts. Got him.
Squid Games.
Squid Games.
Uh,
And or
so
season 2 also. Speaking of season 2s,
yeah,
that's coming out. Maybe I'll watch it for the first time. Tiger King update. I still
Yeah.
haven't seen
You
it.
know what? I've got a lot of shows to catch up on now, man. Once my family came into town, they logged back into Disney Plus, so I have that again.
nice. You should
Um,
start with the
I think I
Acolyte,
mentioned
probably.
okay, all
Or
right.
Daredevil.
I mentioned I'm back on Max. Max has so many shows that I need to watch. It's stupid
Oh.
crazy.
You should watch
And then
something country. Lovecraft Country. It's got your favorite actor in it.
Oh,
who's that?
yeah, that guy. What's that guy's name?
I don't know. It's that guy that sucks. I don't know. The dude who was that weird guy in Loki. He's the bad guy in Ant-Man,
Yeah, not Paul Rudd.
not Paul.
Interesting. Single-handedly took down what is it? Tier 4 of Marvel movies.
Yeah, he really did. He is
Oh,
the supervillain
yeah.
that Marvel always wanted, isn't he?
Yeah.
Hey, well, one thing that's coming up too, I want to make sure to get this in here on this episode is the most important, I guess, arguably holiday for the Christian religion,
Oh, the NFL
which is-
draft.
which is that's good. Is that on Easter Sunday? The
No,
NFL
it's
draft?
next Thursday.
It's the week. Okay, it's the next week.
Yeah.
But Easter's coming up. And I, have been to church on Easter several times. Probably am not going to be going this year, but the Easter Bunny is probably going to visit, do a little business, some chocolate eggs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So-
are those experiencing inflation too? The chocolate ones or just the non ones? Like,
Well, boy, do I. Well, I have some. There's some news about the annual White House egg roll. I don't know if you guys saw that. They're
it
electing
seems kind
to
of
use
Chinese.
Yeah, what the hell? Why are they going to call it egg roll? That's
Well, apparently
tough.
this is just a tradition where you roll eggs across, like little kids roll eggs across the White House lawn. And somebody was like, "Hey, we should probably use fake eggs this year, given the shortage of eggs." But the head honcho over there said no.
What they're doing
gonna-
to the country, they're destroying the egg roll. Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna use real eggs. I want
They're gonna use about-
Eggland's best eggs.
They're going to use about 10,000 dozen eggs or something like that.
10,000
No way.
dozen. Why 10,000 dozen? Just say 12, like 120,000.
Well, because that's how it's measured. In dozens. Yeah, they're going to use a lot of eggs.
Well, how many kids are there? How many people are they letting in?
I don't know.
They're
But
just letting
according to
anybody
them-
into this egg roll. They're just letting anybody in. They're not sending their best children. They're showing the nasty children and the bad.
Some bad hombres.
Yeah,
in
the
there.
bad niños
garden.
in there.
That's so funny. Yeah, that wasn't really the point I wanted to bring up, but I don't know. I just heard about this fact today that the taxpayers are paying however much money for real eggs on the White House lawn. So if you are mad about government spending, I mean, you can point to 10,000 dozen eggs there.
The egg price is up. We don't even need we don't even need a corn update for the eggs update. We got everybody knows. Everybody's watching that shit.
So the thing I did want to bring up is this comes from the scripture, right? So this is my sermon for today. It's not really. This is like a funny story.
Butler
but it's
12:14.
but it's present in the Bible. So apparently, right, the story of Easter and they come to the tomb and there's nobody in the tomb. Where the heck did this guy go? Comes from John, the book of John, right? Who's one of the main 4 disciples. One of the 4 people who gives the gospel. Yeah. I'm not an expert here, but I watched the TikTok about this and I want to talk about it. The story of this is like John and Paul, who's another one of the main disciples, are like the first 2 people to come upon this tomb where there's nobody in it. But John, I think, is probably my favorite disciple just based on this description here. He never refers to himself by name. He calls himself the disciple that Jesus loved the most, which is kind of funny in referring to
Talk
himself.
about disciple with 2 thumbs.
The other funny thing is that apparently, right, I guess somebody comes and is like, "Hey, disciples, yeah, I remember that guy who you loved who got nailed up on the cross like a couple days ago? He's gone out of the tomb." And so both John and Paul go running to get to the tomb uh, to see what's going on there. And John, the guy who wrote this gospel, mentions multiple times how he got to the tomb first. So they hear the news and set out at the same time, but John is faster. And he mentions that like 10 times throughout the Bible. He's like, yeah, we heard about it and we ran there and I made it there first. So I was actually the first one to see it. And I'm actually
What
the
a
best
what a
disciple.
petty motherfucker this guy.
Yeah, right? So it's like, this is not a story about you, dude.
So John's the one saying I got there first, dibs on Jesus, right?
Yeah, he's the one that Jesus loved.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
So
Allegedly.
what's Paul saying? What's Paul saying? Like, was he referring to him as second most loved, or is he just like, nah, he loved me the most, bro?
Paul doesn't have a book.
Oh, well, then yeah,
He didn't write
obviously
a book.
that's his fault. He should have wrote a book. Then he could have
He's
claimed
illiterate and slow.
stupid,
So
idiot.
how could Jesus love that guy?
Yeah,
Am I right?
moron. Okay, what's he bringing to the table? Nothing. He's looking for a partner, not a selling.
Yeah.
Tough. Yeah. So tough to be Paul. Shout out to John.
That's good. That's an interesting little fact.
It's like,
There you go. Who's the fastest disciple? Yeah, probably John. We don't know. He's at least faster than one other person.
yeah, facts. Well,
By John, at least.
Yeah.
I said it. I'm very smart. A very smart panel of people tell me I'm the smartest.
That's right. That's right. But before we get too far away from Easter, right? Like this podcast comes out right before Easter. Our next podcast would come out the day after Easter.
Easter Monday.
We've got to get we've got to get some quick "Am I the Easter holes" in here. All right. Maybe we've got time for one. We'll see.
The Easter hole.
We'll see if we can do another one.
The rabbit hole.
We've got a blatant rip-off, guys. We're going back to the assholes, Easter specific this time. So,
Am I the Easter
news.
tube?
Am I the rabbit hole?
Where we rolled the yeah, that's good. The rabbit hole.
So I was both. Me and my buddy were both racing to get to the tomb of our best friend.
And I wrote about it, and now it's widely published that he's slow and also can't read. It's widely published that I was the guy he loved the most.
Am I the Easter hole?
That's right. So maybe, you know what, since we don't have a ton of time, we'll do like a little choose your asshole segment, you know? So I've got three stories pulled up, and you guys are going to tell me which one you want to hear about.
All right.
We've got, am I the asshole for banning my daughter from Easter over a quote-unquote prank? We've got, am I the asshole for pretending I can't cook and not allowing my daughter to attend Easter? And then we have, am I the asshole for calling out my sister for her facade of being poor during Easter dinner?
Oh, definitely that one.
Yeah.
The other ones are just
poor
kind of
sister.
weird. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've always felt like Easter's like a parent holiday. Like Easter's like not that. As a kid, you're getting a basket, and Easter's kind of done by the morning.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
I
there's not
agree.
even a
It's
football
like,
game to watch.
Facts. There's no football. Who gives a
Yeah.
shit about baseball?
It feels to me as an adult now, Easter feels like it's all for the kids, just because it's like, you know, Easter egg hunt, you get an Easter basket, you wear nice clothes, that
You
sort
go to
of thing. It
church.
feels like it's
And you eat ham.
yeah.
It's
then
very
there's the church.
morning coded. For
Yeah.
sure. I feel like it is
not that
it should
fun.
be wrapped up by 2 p.m.
Well,
or
it's a
whatever
Sunday,
at the
you know?
latest. You got to get home.
Yeah.
Got to go to bed.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to see if this person is an asshole for calling out their sister for her facade of being poor during Easter dinner. My sister, female 27, is a medical student and always seems to use this as a get out of jail free card every time she gets a chance. I, male 24, on the other hand, opted to go into sales straight out of high school, despite my parents being against it. Over the years, she has asked for money on several occasions for emergency food and utilities from me, and since I was working and doing quite well for myself, I always made an effort to help her out. However, last year I re-downloaded Instagram after a long hiatus and saw that she'd been posting photos in Greece, the Czech Republic, and Cyprus with her friends on various occasions. I didn't want to bother confronting her, but I felt she had been taking advantage of me, so anytime she asked for help after that, I just ignored her.
That's the
Fast
Easter
forward to
way.
Yeah,
yesterday.
it seems like what we have here is a failure to communicate.
Yeah, yeah. Classic. Fast forward to yesterday. The whole family got together for Easter Sunday. We had a lovely meal, and for the most part, it was enjoyable. After that, we were hanging out in the garden, and my sister gets asked by my aunt or how the studies are going, and she goes on and on about how difficult it is managing finances and that she's struggling. I tell her she's over exaggerating, and she says, "You wouldn't get it since you didn't go to uni." I told her, yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say they're from Britain, so they're definitely there's an asshole for sure. Well, arsehole.
An
Yeah.
arsehole.
There's an article. Um, I told her she should stop taking advantage of the family's kindness and showed her the pictures and in a pretty stern voice asked her, "Isn't this you enjoying holidays? Oh, you're struggling, right?" Everyone except my brother comes to her defense and says that she posts her life on social media is non, what the hell? Is none of, okay, they misspelled, none of my business, and that I should stop being an asshole. I
Okay.
enjoyed the
Well,
rest of my evening, but we're no longer taking, no longer talking, and the rest of the family kept trying to convince me I should make it up with her. Am I the asshole?
well, you gotta think everybody sucks here. That's always a nice one to throw around. Everybody sucks
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Whereas like
Um,
the sister burn,
yeah.
or it's like you never went to uni, you won't get it. That's kind of a that's an asshole. It's a very arsehole
You
thing to
wouldn't
say.
get being poor. You didn't get extra education, so you make great money.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing out of this.
Well, then also
Yeah,
it's not indicated just because she goes on vacation doesn't mean that she's not broke all the time. You know, like,
right.
and
Yeah,
if they're in the UK, it's not as expensive to fly to Greece. That's
yeah. It could be like a weekend
Yeah,
situation,
that's not
right?
very far away. That's like, oh, I see you're kind of struggling with money. Why did you go to Indiana? Why did you go to Missouri, bro?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
always say
Exactly.
Missouri is the Cyprus of the U.S. That's what they've been saying. The show me state, if you will. Um, yeah, I like these ones that are like dinner table. I feel like a lot of these "Am I the Assholes" take place over a dinner. That's like
Hmm. Yeah,
everybody's around, and you're trying to like be nice to everybody and talk about the right things and not talk about the wrong things.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and so, yeah, I think this was kind of blown out of proportion. I do think that you are kind of a bad guy if you're stirring the pot and blaming somebody, but I also think you're kind of a bad guy if you have bad, maybe financial habits and then kind of make it other people's problems. So, yeah, I think it's easy to always say it's everybody,
Everybody
but
sucks.
I think it
Yeah,
is. So,
yeah, for sure. No, I agree. There's something about sitting around a dinner table with your extended family that brings out like extra pettiness.
Yeah, I mean, it's
yeah,
very petty of this person of OP to use
right.
the lingo. Very petty.
They brought
Yeah, yeah,
receipts, TLDR,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Everybody,
right.
OP included.
Do you guys even think that this, like, say this happens to you, you find out your sister or cousin, whatever, you find out they're asking for money and then they're
Yeah.
going on vacations and stuff like that. Do you even confront them at all?
Well, I think they always like I've always been taught if you give money to somebody, don't expect it back. Kinda. So I
Yeah.
think you just got
I
to be in
think,
the right
you know what?
mentality there.
Yeah. It's Easter Sunday, man. I think you take one of those little fake plastic eggs, you put a note in there that says, "I know about Cyprus."
And I'm faster than you.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. You give her the egg that says, "I know about Cyprus," and then leave it at that. That's what I think you do here.
I think that there might be some influence of like it's interesting too because this sister is older than than OP,
Mhm.
right? And so I think that that's interesting too, is there might be some, you might expect the younger person to be mooching off the older person. This is kind of a vice versa thing. It is also interesting that I think the older person might be asking the sibling for money when traditionally you might expect them to be asking like the parents for money, and they probably are doing that too. So
Electric.
yeah, they're yes, yeah, they're mooching off of everybody there. But yeah, I don't know if Easter is the time to do it. You should be thinking about, you know, uh, rabbits and racing
Whether you're faster than your buddy Paul.
and chocolate
And
as well.
chocolate. Yeah. Well, let us know what you're going to be racing for. If you're doing a little 5K, a little Easter 5K, maybe they do those too. They do it for Thanksgiving. Or what kind of things you're going to be rolling, or what your egg alternative is this weekend. How many Easter type candies you're going to eat? You're going to eat some Whopper eggs. You're going to eat some Reese's peanut butter, whatever. Eat some jelly beans. Let us know at fkthepod at gmail.com. It's on Instagram, on Threads. We're on X, which was known as Twitter, but now sucks. Get us at there at FK the Pod. We're doing. If you send us a voice message on the email, we'll play it. Happy birthday,
Yeah,
Merry
I forgot
Christmas,
about
FK
that.
the Pod.